Hey ghouls, hey! So per usual, my brows are already done, so we're not here for 30,000 years, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into this look. To start off, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer in the shade Whiteout. Any super light concealer or white concealer or eyeshadow primer will do. We just want these eyeshadows to pop because we're going to be using some fun colors today. So yeah, I'm just putting this all over my eyelid and I'm blending it out with a beauty blender. Next, I'm going into the Magic palette by Juvia's Place. I love this palette. It is truly magical, hence the name. Anyways, I'm going to be using what shade am I going into? Oh, the shade Buzo or Buzzo. Not quite sure how to pronounce it, but it's this beautiful green metallic shade. I'm using this dense brush from the BH Cosmetics Rose Quartz set that I literally cannot stop talking about. I say that every time, but I can't stop talking about it. It's so good. Just patting that all over my lid, and then I'm using this smaller blending brush from that same set just to blend it around a little bit, not blowing it too far out because we're going to add another color right here. All right, next I'm going to use the shade Yara with I don't know what brush. This is a Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to work this into my crease area and just above where we put that Buzo or Buzzo shade, and I'm going to kind of blend this a little bit further up towards my brow bone and just continue blending it, which is not hard to do. Literally took me 2 seconds. These shadows are beautiful. Then I'm going back into that Buzo shade with this smaller blending brush and working it into the outer corner and a little bit into the crease, just deepening that crease a little bit. And it's going to start giving you that really amazing teal kind of turquoise shade. You know what I mean? All right, next I'm going to go into the shade Aja with a Sigma E55 brush, which is just a dense brush. I'm going to pack this onto the lid. I do not know what was going on with my focus here. My apologies. It is like a rave, like I don't know what's actually happening. But I'm packing this onto the lid area, and I did not spray this brush. And that's what I love so much about these metallic shades. You do not need to spray these brushes to get the pigment or to get a nice little metallic or a little shimmer going on. I'm sure it would pop even more if you sprayed the brush. But for all of us with those ball sack eyelids, I see you out there. I saw you in the comments over the last couple eyeshadow tutorials. We don't like that wrinkly ball sack look. So I love a metallic eyeshadow that you can use dry and you still get amazing results. These shadows are amazing dry. So anyways, sorry, back on track. I packed it all over my lid, and then I used this smaller blending brush to work it into the crease area and just kind of blend it around. And I did blow it out a little bit up towards my brow bone, but not too far. Next, I'm going to go back into that shade Buzo on that little small blending brush and work this into the crease just to brighten it up a little bit more and also soften any of those edges right there. All right, next I'm going to be using a white eyeshadow. This is the Skull eyeshadow from the Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette. I'm putting this on my brow bone, just highlighting it a little bit and also blending it around a little bit just to soften that area as well. And I'm also popping it into the inner corner just a little bit. And moving on, oh yes, we're doing the Possessed method. That is what's next. I'm going to be using the Sephora waterproof retractable eyeliner because it's my favorite. It does not transfer to the lower lash line. And we're tight lining, aka Possessed method. I'm then going to wipe away any fallout and move on to my face. So I'm going to be using 2 different primers, the Milk Makeup OG Blur Stick and then the Milk Makeup Illuminating Blur Stick. I use the OG Blur Stick all over my face, and then I use the illuminating one on my cheekbones. Sometimes I use it all over my face too, but that's the combo I'm liking right now. And then I just pat it into my skin, just press it in real good, and then we're moving on to foundation. For foundation, I also have 2 options because your ghoul apparently likes options. I'm using the IT Cosmetics CC cream, which is my favorite of life, in the shade Fair, and the iDune Mineral. It's the Pure Mineral Illuminating Foundation in the shade 201 or Joran 201. The iDune one is a little too light for me, and the IT Cosmetics CC cream is too dark for me right now. So I mixed them together to get my winter skin. Alright, so for concealer, I'm going to be using the Can't Stop, Won't Stop concealer from NYX. And this is the shade Alabaster. Actually, this is the first time I tried it, was in this video, and I liked it quite a bit. It covered my dark circles, and it was a really nice shade. I didn't think that it was too brightening, and it also wasn't too dark, so I really like the shade. I'm going to set it, by the way, with this Milk Makeup powder that got everywhere. It's just their translucent powder. Okay, we gotta move on. Hey, oh gosh, this is moving so fast. Okay, blowing out my lower lash line using the Morphe M433 and the shade, oh no, Yara on the lower lash line. And I'm just gently running this back and forth and blowing it out a little bit, because you know how much I love to blow out my lower lash line, because I don't really have much going on the top lid. It kind of sinks back into my skull, so I like to have room for activities on the lower lash line. So that's what we're doing here. This is basically just our transition shade for our lower lash line. I almost forgot to mention that I'm not bringing this shade into the outer corner of the lower lash line like I normally do. I normally put it in that outer corner and bring it up and blend it up towards the upper top lash line outer corner area, leaving this area blank on that outer corner. You'll see there's no shadow there because we're going to put a pop of gold there. All right, next I'm going to go back into that shade Buzo on that smaller detailer yet still fluffy brush and press this further up against my lower lash line, further up than our transition shade. And I'm going to, once again, blend this out and go back and forth against my lower lash line. All right, and finally I'm going to go into the shade Aja with this really small detailer brush. This is almost like a pencil brush. I think it's from Crown Brushes. I'm going to press this all the way up against my lower lash line. And then as the product starts to leave the brush, I will blend it out a little bit further down. And once again, for the 5 millionth time, I'm avoiding that outer corner area because we're about to put a pop of gold there. Actually, right now. We're doing it right now. For the pop of color, I'm going to be using Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliner in the shade Goldmine. And starting from the outer corner of my eye, I'm going to draw 2 lines. The first one is almost like your eyeliner, just like the base line of your eyeliner. Second one almost goes straight out, but also a little bit down a little bit. And I'm filling in that little triangle area, kind of fading it out as I go. So it almost looks like a ray of sunshine coming out of the outer corner. Then I'm going to go into the shade Nubia, which is a gold shade on the Sigma E55 brush. I'm going to put this in the inner corner first. And I also didn't spray it. The metallic already it's pretty metallic-y as it is. Then I'm going to go into this small detailer brush and add that Nubia shade where I had placed that Goldmine eyeliner. And I place the gold shade right up against the outer corner first, and then as the product leaves the brush, then I kind of flick it out and fade it out a little bit. And so it gives it, once again, that kind of ray of sunshine look. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. I love this mascara and this brush. This brush is pure magic. It gives my eyelashes so much volume. I basically love any mascara that doesn't make it feel like someone's stabbing me in the eye with a plastic applicator. But that's just me. All right, for lashes, I'm going to be using House of Lashes Iconic Lashes, and I did cut them a little bit to fit my eyeballs. I'm just putting these on. For contour, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette in the lightest bronzer shade with a Real Techniques brush. And I swear I'm putting on bronzer. I know I am so blown out here, but I swear I'm putting on bronzer. Moving on to blush, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Radiant Blush Kit in this really pretty rosy pink shade. I'll leave the shade, what exactly it's called, down in the description box. I'm also going to be using the Anastasia, I was clearly struggling, Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezi highlighter, which they came out with again recently. I don't know if it's sold out again, but it is so good. I'm putting this basically all over my face. Who am I kidding? For lips, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in this shade Requiem, which y'all got me hooked on this after New Year's. I can't stop wearing this. Actually, this look was inspired by this lipstick, and it's a teal metallic or turquoise metallic. And then I thought I'd take down my hair, put on a witchy hat, and then I decided I gotta add some gold to the lippage area. So I took that Nubia shade on a detailer brush and put this on my Cupid's bow area and also on the center of my bottom lip, just patting it on using my finger. Finally, I'm going to go back into that Urban Decay Goldmine eyeliner and line my waterline just to give it a little pop of gold, just a little extra something. And this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this Sea Witch makeup tutorial. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Say hey ghoul hey down in the comments because you know I love talking to you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.